I'm too small. I'm not big enough. I'm not fast enough. I don't have what it takes. To be the best and stay there, sweat is necessary. Walter and Jerry had their heels, never being comfortable with just good enough.
It's right now, never! It's right now, never!
I prepare so no one can take what is mine. No one can replace my mind, my heart. Bombarded, inspired me. And now our biggest prize bears his name. I'm older. Of course I'm older. That's the beauty of it. 16 years plus. Different level of wisdom, different level of understanding, different level of punishment. I want to live long after my records have fallen, long after my rings have tarnished. And whatever you got to do to make sure you chase your legacy every second of your life. Will you be remembered? How would you be remembered? Why wouldn't you fight for the greatest achievement ever? Leave your mark.
Would you buy me a deck of cards? She says, Junior, I don't gamble in my house. Ain't no cards coming in my house. I said, Mom, I don't need them for gambling. I don't want them for gambling. By the time I was 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I never saw a woman take so much physical abuse than the way I've seen my mother be every freaking day of my life. But I can't help her because I'm not strong enough. I don't have the muscle to get these men off my mother. My mother's a very high yellow woman, and every time they hit her, she would bleed from her eyes. She would walk around for days with sunglasses on in the house. I said, Ma, I need a deck of cards. Last altercation we got in, my stepfather hit my mama so hard in the face. My stepfather hit my mama so hard in the face, I called her. And I looked at him with this rage and this pain in my eyes. Like, one day. And I took this deck of cards. I couldn't live in the house, so I had to live in the house. And after this last altercation we had with this guy, I ran to my garage and I grabbed this deck of cards and I flipped a 7 and I started doing 7 push-ups. I flipped a 6, I did 6. I flipped a 9, I did 9. I flipped a 2, I did 2. I flipped another 9, I did 9. Until I got all the way through the deck. Jack, Queen, King worked 10. Aces, 25s, and Jokers, 50. Until I got sick and tired of what pain felt like in my gut. It didn't even matter to me no more because I started shuffling them all over again, and that's when I started doing the sit-ups. Because I wanted to make sure sports wasn't the reason why I started training. It was to make sure man never put his hands on my mama again. And I told my mama, no pain will ever stop me from taking care of you and my brothers and sisters. That's why I started doing what I started doing. Sports was a byproduct of what people started to see. It was the behind the scenes that was driving me crazy. There's 2 sides of pain that I don't think a lot of people really understand. There's one side of pain that's the suffering and the discomfort side of pain. But then there's another side of pain that's called effort. It's called glory. It's called if you can find a way to push through pain, there's something greater on the other side. When the king told David, when he put on the armor on David, and he said, I want you to fight Goliath with this armor because he's huge, he's 9 foot tall. And David said something that was very key. to the king. He said, King, I can't fight your fight. I got to fight my fight. It's about fighting our fight. 2005, I had one of the most tragic injuries ever. And I couldn't help my team hit on something. Successfully dealing with pain. I think you hear many stories, and every story I just sat in the back room and listened to. I'm watching these people triumph and figure out ways to keep going. But how do you keep going? Why do you keep going? When the world says everything else is supposed to be opposite. Or if I'm saying drop and just pick up your hands and just pick it. Pick means interception. And I felt the sound. I heard a sound that I have never heard in my entire life. And my tricep popped from the bone. And as soon as I hit it, I knew something was wrong. And I did with it pop. And all of my players looking at me and they're like, you all right, Lou? And I'm like, I'm good, let's go. But I know I ain't good. And I know something's functionally not right. Something's wrong. Because I can feel a burn. And 3 more plays after, 5 more plays after, 7 more plays after, 8 more plays after, I'm still out there fighting with my team. Because it's the 4th quarter. And you can't leave the battlefield. You can only leave the battlefield for injury, not pain. 15th play come up. Young running back come through the hole. I'm realizing that if I don't sacrifice my body and throw it in the middle of him, he probably scores. We lose. But I got one arm. So I just threw my body and just rolled with it. She grabbed the back of my arm and she touched right at the bottom of my tricep, and she could actually push through to where you can see her hand coming through on the other side because it had snapped from the bone. And I'm sitting there and she's like, why are you smiling? I said, Doc, it's just an arm. She was like, yeah, Ray, but I got some bad news. I said, Doc, what's that? She said, you just popped your tricep from the bone. I said, I just popped it from the bone. She said, it's gone. She's crying. I'm like, Doc, why you crying? She's like, I never wanted to see your career end like this. I said, man believes in the possible. God believes in the impossible. I promised myself when I came into this game, if I was going to leave it, I would rather die on the field. But it's something that tearing my tricep taught me about there's 2 sides of pain that I don't think a lot of people really understand, right? There's one side of pain that's the suffering and the discomfort side of pain. That's why everybody raised their hands when I first asked, have everybody ever been through pain? Because that hurts. You remember what that felt like. But then there's another side of pain that's called effort. It's called glory. It's called if you can find a way to push through pain, there's something greater on the other side of it. And if you never tap into it, it's because the first time you felt it, you backed off. The first time you felt, that burn, the first time you felt that it's too much. And we rationalize with ourselves to where we automatically stop. That's why a bunch of us give up so much in life so quickly. That's why kids have a problem finishing things in today's time. Because as soon as they feel a small bit of discomfort, of things ain't right, they're gone. I can't do it no more. But suppose I told you the greatest pain of my life is the reason I'm standing here today. Suppose I was able to share with you See, sometimes we think the pain is what controls us. It's actually our subconscious mind. That if we ever tapped into that, that's what dictates most of our lives. And I'm This kid is hungry for something. He takes me back to what I felt like. And more importantly, it takes me back to the relationship I didn't have with my father.
Ray Lewis spent his childhood wondering where his father was. He'd abandoned the family when Ray was just 6. His mother, Sansaria, worked 3 jobs to support her 6 children. Her oldest son was the man of the house, a young man who had no father.
Pops had his, whatever was going on at the time, he had going on. I'm not the one to tell you where he was. I am the one to tell you that everything that we did go through is a memory now of the pain that I did go through. As a child, you do have those times to where you want to make that phone call. And say, Daddy, what do I do? Or Daddy, how do I do this?
Oh, that's Dan. Oh, we got him. Damn, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it.
Those small conversations like that is the conversations I yearn for as a child. But now that I can give them to my babies, that's what life is. Learn from my mistakes, or learn from whatever my father's mistakes was when I was younger, and make sure I don't follow those same patterns of mistakes.
Let's go!
It took years, but eventually Ray Lewis reconciled with his father, refusing to allow time lost in the past to impact the future.
Me and my pops now, we best friends now. That's my boy, If I had to do all over again, I wouldn't change nothing because I get him now.
Man, I promise you, he touch it, he scope.
It's a different thought process when you hear the word daddy, father.
My dad, he actually helps me a lot. He's actually a real good mentor. He stays on me because he knows what it takes to get to the next level.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Man, listen here, that's mine right there. That's mine right there.
That's why I live.
Man, that's mine right there, man.
I live for my babies.
Man, that boy there.
I live so that they don't ever have to go through not one moment of what I ever went through as a child.
Heart of a champion. You understand me? Ain't never how you start. Ain't never how you start. It's always how you finish. That's the way we finish football games. You understand what I'm saying? That's the way you pull your team through when your team needs you. You understand? Boy, you made Daddy proud.